As we go through every release of Monster Hunter, we get monsters from previous releases. This has been an ongoing theme since the second Monster Hunter game. Now, imagine if we were to get a Monster Hunter release with just new monsters and no returning ones. This has been something that has been talked about around the community for a bit, and it's definitely something I would like to put my 2 cents in. As much as I love to gush about and fantasize about different monsters returning, what if there was a release that doesn't have any familiar monsters? Everything is completely new. Same mechanics, same weapons, just new maps, new monsters, and a new feel. Hello everyone, my name is Skoyskull, and welcome your faces to a brand new video. In this video, I would like to talk about what a game without returning monsters would feel like and what we could expect. I would also like to talk about why they do this. Let me know what you all think. Would you like to see a game with no returning monsters? Or do you like the system that we currently have with a lot of returning monsters coming every update? And before we get into this, I just want to take a second of your time to say thank you. We just hit 4,000 subscribers, and the support from the videos has been absolutely insane. As they say, this is just the beginning, and I'm super excited for the videos to come. Much love, you all. Imagine this. It is the year 2004. You're looking at your local store, finding a game that would seem interesting to you. A game catches your eyes as you look through the PlayStation 2 games. Sly Cooper! Nah, I'm just kidding. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter! You bring the game back home, you put the game in your console, and you start playing. Everything in the game is new to you. The monsters that you fight, the maps that you explore, the weapons that you use. You see where I'm going with this? What if you get an entire game with new monsters, new maps, and even maybe new weapons? Since we get a lot of returning monsters every release, even though it's an entirely new game, you have a general idea of what to expect from these monsters. Narkuga's gonna use his tail slam at one point. When Brachydios hits you with his hand, it gives off a green slime on you that later explodes if you don't do anything about it. There's no surprise anymore when fighting these monsters. They might have a few new moves to catch you off guard, but it's all entirely the same monster. Imagine a game with entirely new designs for the monsters and learning each fight from scratch. You don't know what makes them tick. You're basically starting fresh. You have the same weapons that you're used to, but you are learning an entirely new beast. Imagine all these new moves that the monster could do, exploding randomly, shocking you in a new way, poisoning you, burning you, or sleeping you. This is what I love about new monsters, is figuring them out and just seeing them interact with the environment itself. Now we know why they bring in new monsters as we go further with each release. It is something that Pokemon does as well, where with each game there's a lot of new Pokemon, but they also bring in a lot of them from previous releases. Monster Hunter is following that same formula. Like Pokemon, with Pikachu as their mascot, they can't let go of the Pokemon, and you will see it at every release. The same thing goes for Monster Hunter with Rathalos. We will probably not see a game without him. This monster is literally the main character and plot point of stories too. He is not leaving whatsoever. This is something that has been done in a lot of games to bring in the old players that have been involved in the franchise since the beginning. They'll also bring in new monsters to keep it interesting. It's that feeling of nostalgia that we feel whenever there is a returning monster. We remember that monster from a previous title and get excited to fight it all over again in the newer games, especially with how the games are looking right now. Outdated graphics and more mobility than ever before. We get to see these monsters fight like we have never seen before. Now, while I love the returning monsters, and so do pretty much everyone else, it's just all we're getting for new updates. There's barely anything entirely different from or new when it comes to these new updates. Now, I can't say for sure that every update in the future for Sunbreak is going to be a returning monster, but it seems like it will be the case. Monster Hunter World Iceborne went through the same process as well, where almost all the new monsters at every update were returning monsters aside from pretty much just Safi'jiiva. Just this time it's a little different for Sunbreak. Yes, we are getting basically all returning monsters from the look of it, but we are getting monsters from Monster Hunter Frontier, a game that not many people have played before, including myself. So while I would love more new monsters, this feels completely fresh to me. It's something different that not many have had access to before, and now we get to fight these monsters. For the sake of the argument, I feel like I'm bouncing around a little bit between wanting a game where we just have entirely new monsters and a game where we bring back old ones with the new monsters. I'm pretty neutral about it. I love seeing the returning monsters as much as the next person, but I think it would be pretty cool to see a monster in a game with entirely new monsters, and that's it. I'm looking at you, Rathalos! In the end, the system works. They really have us on a leash with returning monsters. They know what we want. The thing is, the developers love these monsters as well, so I don't think we'll be getting a release that has entirely all new monsters and no returning ones. In the grand scheme of things, they probably won't be getting as many sales as their previous releases if they do it this way. Yes, it would be amazing to have so many new monsters that we have never seen before, but I don't think this will happen anytime soon or at all. Although looking at World, this may have been the closest we could get to a new Monster Hunter experience, as it's quite unique and different from the previous gens, but still has many previous monsters, but a lot of new ones that sparked the inspiration for future releases. Also, if they were to have an entirely new game with all new monsters, there would be a large uproar from the community wanting their favorite monster back. I personally don't think we'll get a game in the future that has entirely new monsters, but it would be interesting to see for sure. Let me know what you all think. Would you want a new game with entirely just brand new monsters in it, or do you want what they're doing now with bringing back returning monsters to keep everyone happy and interested that their favorite monster is back? With that, thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like, and if you are new, subscribe for more. We got a lot coming your way. We will see you all in the next video.